Hey guys, welcome to the plant haul. These are all the plants that I got at the Asheville Herb Festival this year. Now the funny thing about this is that I told myself that I really didn't need a lot and that I wasn't going to buy much. And then I came back with 2 banker boxes full of stuff. I did get several peppers for Jeremy. He picked out some peppers and all, so that was really good. And I got some very interesting plants and some plants that I've been wanting for a long time. So let's just get into the haul. Let's start with the peppers. This little pepper is a Trinidad scorpion. Lord help us all. I cannot believe he got a scorpion pepper, but he wanted it, so and I don't remember if that was $3 or $5. This was $3. This is a jalapeno, jalo fuego is the variety, and I've never had it, but I believe it's supposed to be hotter than a regular jalapeno, so that seemed pretty interesting. And for $3, got to try it out. This is the habanero that Jeremy picked out, and it was $5, and it's a Caribbean red. I'm very interested to see how this one will perform. And then he just got a cayenne. This is a red. It was $3. Always good to have cayenne peppers. And then he got one that he loved from last year, which is the Charleston Hot. Now last year when we planted this, we got some really good peppers out of it, but it just burnt up on us, and I don't know why. I could not, it seems like it was constantly wilted. I could not keep it watered enough. I don't know what was going on, but we did get a pretty good yield out of it, so I'm very interested to see how it'll do this year. And then he got a variety of pepper that we have never heard of before, and I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but it's called penguin, and he loves penguins. So when he saw that it was a penguin, he had to get it to try it out. So all in all, we got 6 peppers, which is pretty good. And that really was probably what the most we spent on plants, with $5 a plant on some of these. I really tried to not spend over like $3 a plant, except for one thing, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go on to the vines. I got a spaghetti squash. Very excited about this. We have been eating a lot of spaghetti squash lately. We're watching our carbs. So I was very happy to see that. I hope it does well in our garden. Usually squashes do really well. Squashes and melons do really well. We have a good place for them. And so I'm excited to see that. Then we got, I'll show you this one next. This is a hops vine. Now this thing is going to get huge. I mean, this thing will grow 20 to 30 feet before it even starts putting out side shoots for its blooms. But you can use them. The hops, it has this very fragrant, and you can use them in dream pillows and things like that to induce sleep, which is what I'm hoping to do. I think I'm going to make a big archway in front of the house, right in front of the door, and let this grow there. I think it'll do well there. I've always wanted a hops plant. I think they're beautiful. I think they smell wonderful. So I was very excited to find hops there. So I picked it up. But I am a little bit wary because it is going to be so huge. And they say that it can grow a foot a day. So I'm really going to have to stay on top of this one. But really looking forward to it. And then I got this one, which I thought was just great. I have to show you. This is a fairy melon. It's a little tiny cucumber, about that big, and you can eat it skin and all. And I thought it was just so cute. It's just a little vine. I've never had one before, but cucumbers, where the squash and stuff does well, every year that I have planted cucumber, it has been horrible. Just horrible. They immediately get eaten up, and it's just not worth it. So I'm actually going to plant this in my little box garden where I've got my peppers and my tomatoes, and hopefully it'll do well there. I'm just really looking forward to this. I just think it's great. I can't wait to try it. I only got one tomato and I couldn't pass it up. This variety is called Biltmore. And if you know us, we love Biltmore. In fact, we went to Biltmore today when we went to the plant show. We drove through and went through the azalea garden. I'm very excited to see what the Biltmore tomato is all about, and this is another one that I'll have to do some research on because I don't know if it's determinate, non-determinate. And that just means if it's non-determinate, it means it's a vine and it'll grow and it'll grow and it'll grow and it'll never stop. If it's determinate, it'll just grow so high and kind of get bushy. That's the difference. Then I got a Tomillo. I have never ever grown these in my life, but it's like looks like a tomato, but it has a husk on it. They're Mexican, used a lot in Mexican food. Well, this one is a pineapple, and it's supposed to taste like pineapple. And the lady told me that you can make a really nice dessert by taking these and dipping them in chocolate. And I just thought that was really interesting, that something to taste like pineapple. I thought I would give it a try. I think this was only $3, so it was worth it just to try it out. Oh, I missed a vine. This is a Moonflower. I don't know what variety it is, but Moonflowers are just lovely. And since we do spend time on the deck in the evening, I thought it would be really nice to have this. We've planted Moonflowers before and they've always done really well. So I'm going to plant them right here near the deck where we can see them, and hopefully it'll bloom well. Let's get into some of the herbs. I got this for Jeremy. It is a cilantro. It's a little late in the season for us for cilantro because they bolt really bad. We have really high heat here, but this was just a little guy, and I think that we have time that we can harvest him before he just bolts and goes to seed. And Jeremy loves cilantro. Did I say that already? This is a Skullcap. It's a tiny little Skullcap. I'm not sure about this variety. I'll have to do a little bit more research in it, but Skullcap is antiviral. It's very useful in an herbal setting. But I'm always looking for medicinal plants that I can use, and I have always wanted a Skullcap. I think I finally have a place in my garden where I can put it. It will be kind of shaded in the morning with some afternoon sun. It needs some kind of partial shade, but it needs sun as well. And I think I finally have a place in my garden for it. So when I found this, I was very happy and I picked it up. And then what I always get there is a place called the Basil King, and I always go there and get basil because you can get 3 for $3. And we always use a lot of basil. And this is just your basic sweet basil. Man, it smells so good. And I just love just putting them here and there. He sells them in 3-packs and 6-packs. I usually get a 6-pack and then I put them all over the yard. But I cut back this year and I decided just to get 3. And then I also got this, which is a cinnamon basil. And I have never had a cinnamon basil before. And the interesting thing about this is a 3-pack, right? But there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in here. Interesting. But it does smell really good, and it's got a good taste to it. I don't even know how to describe it because it's not like the licorice of a Thai basil, but it does just kind of have a different taste to it, and it's pretty. It's got the dark stem of like the Thai basil. I did not buy any Thai basil this year. I'm hoping to either get some from the plant swap, or I think I may have some coming from seed. I had some problems with my seeds this year, so some of my things didn't come up, which is why I had to buy the Charleston Hot, because we had some dampening off with our seeds, so some of them didn't make it. But I'm pretty sure that the Thai basil is going to make it, so I didn't buy any, and I thought, well, if I have one season without Thai basil, it's not going to kill me. I still have some in the pantry. So let's get into some of the stuff that I'm really, really excited about. First of all, I picked up a wormwood. I love wormwood. I love the way it smells. I love the way it looks. It's such a beautiful, beautiful plant, and with its silvery gray, it just really just shines in the garden. I can't stop smelling it. It smells so good. But I had a wormwood and it died on me, which happens, you know. You love your plants and then they die. And I was very happy to find this type of wormwood. Typically is hard to find. You can find like the silver mound, which is really low growing, but this actually gets pretty high. Let me see, does it say how high it gets? It doesn't say. But from my experience, these can get like 2 to 3 feet high, and it really spreads out. I'm really excited that I got some more because I love it. And in the same family, we've got this, which is called Sweet Annie. Look, yes, Sweet Annie. I know it as sweet wormwood. It's the same plant. It has many names, but it is in the same family as the wormwood. It is a wormwood, and it has a very sweet fragrance. And this thing is going to get huge. This is a huge plant. It needs room to sprawl. It is going to be about 7 foot tall and about 4 foot wide, and it dries really well. A lot of people like to make wreaths out of them. It maintains its color and smell for a very long time. A lot of people used to use these as room fresheners, air fresheners. Really great in the bathroom. Once you dry it, take it into the bathroom, that humidity in the bathroom really just brings out its smell. It's a really nice plant. They say it's a crafter's dream. I hope it grows well for me. They say once you plant Sweet Annie, you will always have Sweet Annie, because it's an annual. It's not a perennial like the wormwood, but it self-sows itself everywhere. A lot of people say it's very invasive, and it just depends. Now, it's also a great medicinal plant, but it can treat wounds, and internally it has some uses, but you have to be really careful because a lot of people are allergic to this. Now, what they have found in I don't remember the country now, but malaria. If you know about malaria, some people, the quinine that they use to treat the malaria, some people have developed a tolerance for it, so it doesn't treat the malaria. But they have found that this plant, when they give it to them, will completely get rid of the malaria 100% of the time. But like I said, you have to be careful because a lot of people are allergic to this. Some people are just allergic to the fresh plant when it touches their skin, but also many people are allergic to it taking it internally. If you're going to take it internally, don't do it haphazardly. Don't be careless. Realize that this, or if you give it to somebody, this can really cause some problems. Be very careful. And as always, I am not a doctor. Do not take my advice. I am just telling you my own personal experience, and what I do, I don't always recommend for everybody, right? All right, this one I'm excited about. This is an echinacea that I have wanted and have bought. I bought one last year and it died, and I was so heartbroken. I don't think I have ever been so heartbroken over a plant dying, but this is an echinacea Cheyenne Spirit. And I'm going to see if you can see this. If you look, it makes all these beautiful shades of, you know, red, rose, yellow, orange, purple. It's a beautiful plant. It is so beautiful. And it gets really big. What do they say? About 12 to 18 inch spread, which is pretty good for a plant. It gets about 18 inches high. It's a beautiful echinacea. I'm so happy to have this in my garden, and I hope it does well. Oh, how I hope it does well, because it is so beautiful, and I want to put this everywhere. And last but definitely not least, I'm very excited to have this guy in my garden. I've been wanting one for a very, very long time. This is an elderberry bush. It gets pretty darn big. 12 feet, I do believe. See if it says here. Yeah, 12 feet. But the berries, oh, the berries are so good for you. If you can't grow elderberry, find elderberry syrup. Just find it. Eat it on your pancakes. Take a spoonful of it in the fall. Whatever. Get the elderberry tincture. But this plant will help you. It will help you stay healthy during the winter. Very excited to have it in my garden. I have wanted one for years and years and years and never found one that I was willing to pay the money for. And this was a really good, healthy specimen for $7. And I was just, as soon as I saw it, I snapped it up. And the lady just laughed at me. She's like, I knew it'd attract somebody, because it was kind of pushed back a little, you know. I was very happy to find this. That is my plant haul for the Asheville Herb Festival. Thank you for joining me. I hope you really loved it. I hope you love plants as much as I do. I'm hoping to have another haul video up in May when I go to our East Tennessee plant swap, and I'm going to film there as well. I look forward to that every year, and seeing people and finding other people who love plants as much as I do. If you would like to keep up with us here at CornerLot Life, and you haven't, please hit that subscribe button down below. It'll let you know when I have a new video up. If you want to follow us on a more daily kind of basis, you can find us at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. CornerLot Life, all one word. I do try to update at least one of those daily, semi-daily. I don't have time to get a daily video up. That would be living the dream. But until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.